Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing tonight? DishNet34 here, welcoming you to tonight's episode of This Week in Perfect Team, episode number 169. So nice that we added 100 to the number. How you doing so far tonight? Whoo! Happy not birthday, Dish. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Oh man, what a night it has been. What a day it's been. What a week it has been. Most definitely. Oh, hang on. Give me just a second. Let me turn that up a little bit. Maybe bring the mic a little bit closer. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Huh. Because I have it on the right microphone, but might just be a little bit weird tonight. Yeah, let's just bring that up a little bit more. Yeah, that should work. That should work. That was weird. That was weird. But anyway, welcome to This Week in Perfect Team. We have some great content in store for you all tonight. What's the shirt say? This is the shirt I got from the New England Aquarium back in June. It was actually pretty fun. Highly recommended if you go to Boston. If not for the Sea Lions, because the Sea Lions were freaking awesome. Is that a baseball team, the New England Aquarium? Oh man, you know what would be really cool if there was a baseball stadium that was like floating in the ocean? Like that would be pretty fun. Yeah, Yuka has a good point. Definitely get there before noon. I learned that lesson. I definitely learned that lesson. Because there were like a couple of school groups that were there when I went, and they were loud. But you know what? They weren't that annoying. Not that annoying. Oh, man. But welcome in, everybody. Oh, man. Hopefully y'all having a great week so far. Everything, going well for you guys, hopefully. Let's go ahead and get right to it tonight. We got some all-star cards in store for y'all tonight. It's gonna be a fun time. I am sure of it. Before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in Perfect League right now. And we have some fantastic division races going on in the top league right now. In the AC East division, we have the Winnipeg Blue Jays up by 2 games over the Why Nots and the Watertown Herons. Oh man, close 3-team race there. Speaking of 3-team races, look at that AC Central division. Denver Highlanders, the New York Empire, and the baseball team are all in first place right now, tied at the top as of 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Whew! That is going to come right down to the end of the season. That is what I call an exciting division race right there. On the AC West division, it's a little more spread out. The Crozet Storm Kings with a 62-39 record, best record in Perfect League at this moment. They're up 5.5 games on the UCLA Bruins. And in the AC Maze division, we have the Winnipeg Team of Awesome. That is an awesome name, all things considered. They're up just 1 game over the San Francisco 49ers, who somehow stopped playing football and started playing baseball. And for a lot of people, that's actually an improvement. In the NC East division, we have the Del Boca Vista Breeze leading their division with a 54-45 record with a 2-game lead over the Castroville Mashers. And 3 games up on the Houston Slumpbusters. Top 4 teams separated by 4 games. Crazy stuff right there. In the NC Central Division, it's even closer than that. We have the Edmonton Whales up 1.5 games on the Madison Moundsmen, up 2.5 games on the Reno Buckaroo Bowkais, and up 3 games on the Jackson Generals. So very close division race right there. And then the NC West Division has the Chicago Corgis. Probably one of my favorite team names just because it involves corgis. Probably one of my favorite dog breeds, which I've never had. 54-47 record. They are up 1 game on the Seattle Aftershocks. That'll be a fun race right there. And then in the NC Kofax division, the Fogtown Stars are up by a comfortable 7-game margin on the Seattle F2P Heroic Bugs. Do the baseball 49ers have a picnic with the football 49ers? Good question. You'll have to ask their owner about that, because that'd be pretty interesting. Corgis make nice snacks. I don't want to eat a dog. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to the content. A little bit of content here. As always, we release a couple of limited edition cards every single week here on the program, and we have some fun limited edition cards tonight. And let me tell you, we're going to start with a hot one right here, because we have 97 overall Hack Wilson peak card from the Chicago Cubs. My God, look at the power on this card right here. 54 BABIP, 125 power, 42 avoid K, 80 contact, 96 gap power, and 83 eye. This guy is some dang good eye too, as well as the power. My goodness. And look at the versus lefty splits on this guy right here. You see that power number there? That is a 1, a 4, and a 7 right next to each other in the same number. 147 power with 49 avoid A, 88 contact, 84 gap power, 79 eye. This guy is going to hit dingers like there is no tomorrow. Holy crap. This guy is going to be an absolute monster in some leagues, straight up. And he's got some decent eye too. I mean, 84 eye against righties. That's some good stuff right there. Now, the avoid K, little bit concerning. Let's be honest with ourselves here. But you know what else Hack Wilson can do? He can bunt. Look at that bunt right there. 98 on the sack bunt and 90 on the bunt for hit. Whoo! Plus, he's actually kind of serviceable on defense too. 74 range, 70 errors, 61 arm. Probably more slated for a corner outfield spot. He's got some left field eligibility. He's got right field eligibility, as well as center field eligibility if you really want to put him there. So, your PYP character is better bunt. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Yuka. But Hack Wilson, peak card, he had a pretty good career, let's be honest here. From 1923 to 1934, had a 307, 395, 545 slash line with 244 homers, 1,063 RBI, finished top 10 in MVP 3 times in his career. Plus, he still holds the MLB single season record with 191 RBI in 1930, which he also hit 56 homers too. So big numbers that season for Hack Wilson with the Chicago Cubs. There's 100 of those copies available in packs later on tonight. Very, very good stuff. Career is a pretty crazy story. You're not wrong. You are not wrong on that. All right, our next limited edition card tonight is a 25 copy card right here. And I have a feeling this guy might be useful for a lot of bullpens in this game. And I am talking about 99 overall Sean Doolittle from the 2018 Washington Nationals. This is a hot reliever card right here. 106 stuff, 93 movement, 91 control. Look at the V left splits here. They are all 100s. 105 stuff, 101 movement, 100 on the control. Plus, he's not bad against righties either. 107 stuff, Actually, a little bit more stuff against righties with 90 movement and 88 control. Whoo! Whoo! Woo! Now, couple of things that I do want to point out. Number one, he's a two-pitch pitcher. Fastball and curveball. They're decent. They're good pitches. 88 on the fastball, 97 on the curveball. However, it's two pitches. He also has an extreme fly ball tendency as well, which, I mean, given his movement, could be at least decently okay. You know, put a good rangy outfield behind him. He's going to be pretty good. In terms of stamina, he's got 12 stamina, and then he's got 75 hold runners as well. Mariners legend Sean Doolittle. Yes, indeed. But you know what? This guy still might play in a lot of bullpens at any level, really. Sean Doolittle, he had an absolutely incredible season in 2018 for the Nationals, 1 year before they won the World Series. 43 games that year, 45 innings pitched, notched 25 saves for the Nats with a 1.60 ERA with 12 strikeouts per 9 and 1.2 walks per 9. And let me tell you, that is a low whip right there. .60 on the whip. Lowest of his career in a full season. Plus, coming with the theme tonight, he was an all-star in 2018 with a 1.89 FIP as well. So this guy was just absolute nails out of the Nationals bullpen in 2018. And he's going to be nails for a lot of perfect team bullpens later on tonight. There's only 25 of them available. So good luck with the ripping later on tonight, folks. Alrighty. Now, before we get into the content, we have a little bit of news and notes for you. If you didn't check our social media earlier, if you weren't on the Discord earlier, if you weren't on the forums earlier, we announced that there will be a server update that is going to be coming down the line on Monday, August 29th in the morning. Now, the update will include the following items. We're going to be rebalancing stolen base totals among top players. That will mean that you'll see top players should steal a little bit less, but more average players should see some higher stolen base percentage totals. The next bullet point, that is a big one right here for a lot of people. The number one starting pitcher in rotations will be starting game one of tournaments by default, unless a player selects someone other than their number one starter to start game one. We've heard a lot of reports about number one starters not starting game one in the first round of tournaments, which has annoyed a lot of people. There have been, we heard you, and we are fixing that issue with this server update coming up on Monday. Plus, we also have fixed some team stolen base attempt totals as well. So, few things coming with the server update on Monday. Just wanted to let you be aware of what is going on with that. The server update, just Perfect Team? I do believe it's just for Perfect Team. Nicolino, if you're here, can you confirm that, please? Alrighty, so there we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and get right into the content tonight. Okay, we are getting confirmation for both Nicolino and Alex that this should be just for Perfect Team. All right. Yep, that does sound about right. Alrighty, it is time for the content of the evening. It is time to look at some All-Stars. Now, I know the All-Star game was a month ago now. We're going to have 65 All-Star cards coming tonight. We're going to show you about 15 or so of them just to give you a taste on what kind of cards you'll be able to see once they come out around 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. Yep, All-Star. Why not 69? Look, I mean, there's only so much I can do. There's only so much I can do. So let's go ahead and get right to it. And we're going to start at the bronze level. Now, there are some iron cards that are going to be in this dump. However, we're gonna start off with the bronzes tonight, and we're gonna start off with 62 overall Woodie FRYMAN from the 1968 Philadelphia Phillies. A very balanced left-handed starting pitcher card right here. 63 stuff, 62 movement, and 55 control. A little bit better against lefties than he is against righties, with 67 stuff, 66 movement, and 59 control against lefty hitters. Fastball, slider, changeup combo with some good stamina and some good hold runners as well. 88 stamina, 85 on the hold runners. 76 on the pitcher ability as well. Woodie FRYMAN, not a bad bronze card here, all things considered. In 1968, he went 12-14 for the Philadelphia Phillies with a 2.78 ERA and a 2.68 FIP, 6.4 strikeouts per 9, 2.7 walks per 9 as well. And this was the first of 2 All-Star Game appearances for Woodie FRYMAN. His second one was in 1976. And in 1968, he was Philadelphia's lone All-Star Game rep that year. Neutral ground ball to fly ball tendency, 90 to 92 miles an hour as well. So there you go. Woodie FRYMAN from the 1968 Philadelphia Phillies in Perfect Team 23. Not a bad bronze card. Not bad at all. All right, next up we have 69 overall Bill Mazeroski from the 1958 Pittsburgh Pirates. Very defensive-oriented second baseman right here. 86 range, 66 error, 63 arm, and 71 on the turn double play. Maybe not the best second baseman that's out there, but a very serviceable one if you're looking to run mainly a defensive-minded bronze team out there. 51 BABIP, 60 power, 57 avoid K, 58 contact, 54 gap power, and 22 eye with the bat. A little bit better against lefties than he is against righties, with 52 BABIP, 64 power, 67 avoid K, 63 contact, 48 gap power, and 24 on the eye. Let's see. 275 average for Mazeroski in 1958 with a 275 average, 308, 439 slash line, 19 homers, and 68 RBI with a 97 OPS plus. This was a career high in homers and OPS for Bill Mazeroski. Plus, this was the first of 7 career All-Star Game appearances for the defensive-minded second baseman from the Pirates. And he won a Gold Glove that year as well. So you're getting some Gold Glove caliber defense with this card right here. Bill Mazeroski from the 1958 Pirates is in Perfect Team 23. All right, next up on the list, we're going to be going to the silver ranks, and we're going to go over to the left side of the infield, the hot corner in particular, and we're going to go to 2017 Miguel Sano from the Minnesota Twins, 73 overall, 61 BABIP, 74 power, 37 avoid K, 59 contact, 40 gap power, and 59 eye. Mainly a power-oriented card, but you look at the defense here, and this is some interesting defense for a Miguel Sano card. 79 range, 52 error, 91 arm, and 55 on the turn double play. This guy is a freaking cannon over at third base. Plus, he can play some first base as well, and can be played, and can play very well over at first base. How tall is Miguel Sano? Let's see. Miguel Sano, according to Baseball Reference, is 6'4". So that'll help make some first base decisions a lot easier. So there you go. 2017 for Miguel Sano, probably one of his best career years. 264, 352, 507 on the slash line with 28 home runs, 77 RBI in 114 games. The lone All-Star Game appearance in his career so far. Plus, he had the highest career D-WAR in his career with -0.4, which that says a lot about Miguel Sano's defense in real life. But highest career B-WAR as well with 2.8 as well. So there you go. Also, don't have him steal. Just don't. I mean, 4 speed, 6 stealing, 6 base running. It's not good. Plus, he can't bunt. It's not good. So there you go. Miguel Sano, 73 overall from the 2017 Minnesota Twins, is in. Perfect team. 23. Alrighty, next up, we're going to stay in the silver ranks. We're going to go to Freddie PATEK from the 1972 Kansas City Royals. A very defensively oriented card here. Plus, he can kind of swing the bat a little. 59 BABIP, 27 power, 70 avoid K, 60 contact, 71 gap power, and 66 on the eye. Very much better against left-handed pitching than he is against right-handed pitching in this year. But you look at the defense here, and that's some solid shortstops right here. 90 range, 71 error, 82 arm, and 92 on the turn double play. Plus, he can steal some bags as well. 89 speed, 88 stealing, and 88 base running with some great bunting abilities as well. Now, 1972, let's be honest here. It was not a good hitting season on the surface for Freddie PATEK. Only hit 212, 280, 276, 32 RBI, 33 stolen bases. But you look a little bit deeper. You look at the splits on this guy. And he hit 278, 332, 364 against lefties alone. Versus righty, he was absolutely abysmal. 178, 255, 231. So there you go. First of 3 All-Star Game selections. Not bad. Not bad. So there you go. Freddie PATEK from the 1972 Kansas City Royals is in. Perfect team. 23. All right, let's go on to the gold level, I do believe. Yes, we are going to gold level. And we're going to start on the pitching mound, and it is 81 overall, Al Leiter from the 2000 New York Mets. 81 stuff, 83 movement, and 56 control. Very good against lefties compared to what he is against righties, but very close on the splits here. 83 stuff, 85 movement, and 59 control against lefties. And versus righties, not bad. 81 stuff, 83 movement, 55 control with a fastball slider and curveball combo. 91 stamina and 61 hold runners as well. Yeah, good for an MLB Network theme team. Straight up, straight up. In the 2000 season for Al Leiter, he was lights out. 16-8 with a 3.20 ERA, 8.7 Ks per 9, 3.3 walks per 9 with a 1.212 whip. And it was the last of 2 career All-Star Game selections for Al Leiter. He didn't make it to the All-Star Game that often, but when he did, he made it. 3.65 FIP on the year. Plus, in the 2000 season, he won the Roberto Clemente Award and was famously booed during his presentation during game, I believe, 2 of the 2000 World Series when he got presented with that award. So there you go. Al Leiter from the 2000 New York Mets is in. Perfect team 23. No cutter? Yeah, I was not on the deciding committee on what pitches he has, so if he threw a cutter, I don't know about it. All right, let's move on to our next gold card, and it is 81 overall Hong-Chi Kuo from the 2010 LA Dodgers. A very sneaky good reliever card in the gold level right here. 82 stuff, 97 movement, and 53 control. Yeah, this is a heck of a remember some guys dude right here. But look at the splits against lefties here. 85 stuff, 103 movement, and 56 control. Now, Kuo actually pitched with the Dodgers for quite a few years. However, he really didn't put it all together until this 2010 season, when he pitched 56 games, 60 innings pitched with a 1.2 ERA with 11 strikeouts per 9 and 2.7 walks per 9. And this was actually the lone All-Star game season for Hong-Chi Kuo. Plus, a little bit of a factoid here. 4th ever MLB player from Taiwan when he came up into the big leagues, I believe back in 2005. Pitched from 05 to, I believe, 2011, I think. And then he went back to Taiwan and pitched in the CPBL over there. Plus, he was also the first Taiwanese All-Star, replacing Jason Hayward on the 2010 National League All-Star Game roster. So, pretty cool stuff right there. Hong-Chi Kuo has extreme fly ball as well, can throw 96, 98 miles an hour, fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup combo with a cool 89 hold runners. Alrighty, so there you go. Hong-Chi Kuo from the 2010 LA Dodgers is in. Perfect team. 23. Alright, let's go a little bit more back in time a little bit, you know. Let's go back to the 80s for our next card of the evening. And it is going to be 83 overall Andre Dawson from the 1981 Montreal Expos. 59 BABIP, 94 power, 55 avoid K, 78 contact, 69 gap power, and 64 I. Big power on this card right here. 99 power against lefties, 92 against righties as well. Center field defense, not terrible. 82 range, 71 error, and 76 on the arm. In terms of speed, yeah, he can steal quite a few bags. 78 speed, 96 stealing, and 74 on the base running. 1981, a fantastic year for Andre Dawson. 302, 365, 553 on the slash line with 24 homers, 64 RBI in 103 games with a 157 OPS plus. Big numbers for Andre Dawson, however, finished just short of winning the MVP award that year, finished second in the National League. But bit of a consolation prize. This is the first of 8 All-Star Game nods in his career. Plus, he also won Gold Glove and Silver Slugger and added 26 stolen bases as well. Great host on Family Feud. I didn't know he hosted Family Feud. I'll have to look that up. I did not know they hosted an episode of Family Feud. Interesting stuff. But there you go. Andre Dawson from the 1981 Montreal Expos. In. Perfect team. 23. And Eric Ingram making a decent point in the chat. Yeah, Schmidt had 31 homers that year. Won the MVP. So, I guess, yeah, Mike Schmidt was a deserving MVP. But still, not bad. Oh, yeah. Okay. So he's referring to Richard. Okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. Next up, we're going to stay a little bit in the gold levels. We're going to go over to first base here for 85 overall, Gil Hodges from the 1954 Dodgers. 61 BABIP, 93 power, 57 avoid K. 79 contact, 63 gap power, and 71 I as well. A little bit of some interesting splits here. A little more power against righties as a right-handed batter. I do believe he's a right-handed batter. But you get a little more balance against left-handed pitchers as well. You get a little more avoid K. You get a little more gap power. You get a little more I. You get 1 point more of BABIP as well. So Gil Hodges, a very interesting card here. Defensively, 69 range, 67 error, 62 infield arm, and 34 on the turn double play. Very good year for Gil Hodges in 1954, a 304 average with 373 on base, 579 slugging with a whopping 42 home runs that year, 130 RBI, and 141 OPS plus. Whew! Hot numbers right there for Gil Hodges, who had the 6th of 8 career All-Star Game selections in the 1954 season, with career highs in average, homers, RBI, OPS. Plus, he was a little bit Selfless as well, 19 sacrifice flies, leading MLB in that category. So there you go. Gil Hodges from the 1954 Dodgers. I forget if they were in Brooklyn at that time. I think they were still in Brooklyn. I hope they were in Brooklyn still in 1954. They might have been in LA by that time, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But either way, he is in. Perfect team. 23. Okay, so it was late 50s. Late 50s when they moved to LA. Okay, perfect. Brooklyn. Nice. All right, next up, you know, I didn't intentionally do this, but you know what? We gotta have at least one Detroit Tiger in this set. One Detroit Tiger All-Star. And you know what? We have Alan Trammell from the 1988 Detroit Tigers in this set right here. 87 overall with 74 BABIP, 61 power, 88 avoid K, 87 contact, 60 gap power, and 54 I as well. A little bit better against lefties than he is against righties. Getting a little bit better in each of those categories with 76 BABIP, 65 power, 90 avoid K, 91 contact, 66 gap, and 58 on the eye. And defensively at shortstop, not bad at all. 87 range, 87 error, 77 arm, and 77 on the turn double play. Alan Trammell, a very good year in 1988. Kind of more toward the later years of his career than the earlier years of his career, but still very productive in 1988. 311, 373, 464 on the slash line with 15 homers, 69 RBI in 128 games with a 138 OPS plus. Notched the 5th of his 6 career All-Star Game selections during the 1988 season, finished 7th in American League MVP voting, and won the Silver Slugger that year at shortstop. Very solid player throughout his entire career, probably one of the best Detroit Tigers of all time. A very solid gold card for his 1988 season. In terms of speed, stealing, and base running, it's a little on the meh side. 24 speed, 65 stealing, and 63 base running. So there you go. Alan Trammell from the 1988 Detroit Tigers in perfect team 23. All right, we're going to go now to the diamond level for a few cards that we will have in that part of the collection for the All-Star Game cards we are dropping tonight. And we start off in Boston with 1980 Fred Lynn from the Boston Red Sox. 91 overall card right here. A very solid bat in the diamond level. 71 BABIP, 61 power, 84 avoid K, 83 contact, 86 gap power, and 77 on the eye. Center field defense, not bad at all. 89 range, 86 error, and 85 arm as well. Maybe a little bit more skewed toward versus right-handed pitching than he is against lefties, but still very serviceable against both sides. 1980 season for Fred Lynn, a very good one. 301, 383, 480 on the year with 12 homers, 61 RBI in 110 games for a 130 OPS plus. 6th of 9 straight All-Star Game selections for Fred Lynn in the 1980 season. He was that good for quite a long stretch of his career. Won a Gold Glove that year in center field. Plus, he had the 2nd lowest strikeout rate of his career in 1980. Pretty cool stuff right there. He can actually possibly steal a few bags if you really want him to. However, the speed, not quite conducive to that, but the stealing rating, 85 stealing, not terrible at all. 78 on the base running as well. He can play center field, but he is also qualified to learn left field and right field as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff right there. So there you go. 1980 Fred Lynn from the Boston Red Sox. 91 overall is in. Perfect team 23. Alrighty, next card on the way. We're going to go behind the plate a little bit for a very, very interesting card right here, all things considered. It is 92 overall, Jerry Grote from the 1968 New York Mets. Now, the bat might not wow you, but the defense will wow you as well. 103 on the catcher ability and 82 catcher arm. Now, this guy's batting is entirely fueled by BABIP. Look at the BABIP rating right here. 99 BABIP overall, 98 against lefties, 100 against righties. This is a very good defensive replacement kind of card right here. The rest of his bang stats, not much to write home about, to be quite honest with you. 18 power, 43 avoid K, 77 contact, 50 gap power, and 58 eye as well. A little bit better against lefties than he is against righties. But the 1968 season for Jerry Grote, very much fueled by BABIP. He had a 347 BABIP that year for the 1968 Mets, which is just insanely high if you know anything about batting average on balls in play. 1968 season, he had 282, 357, 349 on his slash line with just 3 home runs, 31 RBI, but defensively behind the plate threw out 43% of would-be base stealers. That's solid. That is solid right there. 1968 was the first of 2 career All-Star Game selections for Jerry Grote, second one coming in 1974. Had a career-high offensive wins above replacement, according to Baseball Reference, at 2.6 that year. So, if he can get some BABIP luck going, he could be a very good backup catcher for a lot of teams. So there you go. Jerry Grote from the 1968 New York Mets is in. Perfect team. 23. All right, next up, let's go back to the hot corner a little bit here. And we go to 2019 Alex Bregman from the Houston Astros, 94 overall. This right here is a hot card. Hot card right here. 60 BABIP, 71 power, 82 avoid K, 77 contact, 67 gap power, and 86 eye. Very, very, very good against left-handed pitching. 62 BABIP, 83 power, 88 avoid K, 86 contact, 78 gap, and 73 on the eye. Plus, defensively, very, very solid at third base. Has a 94 position rating there. He can also play shortstop and trade up a little bit more over there. Has 88 range, 65 error, 98 arm, and 54 on the turn double play. This is a very nice low diamond type third baseman right here. Might be one of the better low diamond third basemen that we have in the game right now. 2019 season for Alex Bregman, a very, very, very good one. 296, 423, 592 on the slash line with a whopping 41 homers, 112 RBI with 162 OPS plus for Alex Bregman's second career All-Star Game selection year. Finished second in AL MVP. Who did he finish second to? I wonder. I wonder. Yeah, finished second to some guy named Mike Trout. You may or may not have heard about him. He also won the Silver Slugger that year and led MLB with a whopping 119 walks. That's some good. That's some good plate discipline right there, if you ask me. Plus, he is OOTP era eligible. That's also a huge thing if you do the OOTP era attorneys that we have out there. So there you go. Alex Bregman from the 2019 Houston Astros is in. Perfect team. 23. Alrighty. Okay, so when I said that we had to include one Detroit Tiger card, I lied. 97 overall, Mark FIDRYCH. The bird is the word. 1977 Detroit Tigers. Oh, man. This is a movement and control guy, if I've ever seen one. 54 stuff, 105 movement, and 91 control. Look at the splits against righties. 57 stuff, 111 movement, and 93 control on this guy right here. Fastball, slider, and changeup. Ground ball guy can only throw about 88 to 90, but man, it is an effective 88 to 90. 100 stamina and 42 on the hold runners. Whew. Whew. Mark FIDRYCH, man, I tell you, this guy, from everything I have read about this guy and everything I've seen about this guy was something else. That 1976 season, my goodness. You look up the 1976 season, but you also kind of, forget the 1977 season before he went down with an injury that really affected him for the rest of his career. He went 6-4 with a 2.89 ERA. He was off to a very solid start. Off to a very solid start that year before the injury kind of derailed his career. 4.7 Ks per nine, 1.3 walks per nine, 149 ERA plus. Second All-Star game selection in 2 years. However, he had to decline the All-Star game nod because of the injury that he sustained. Definitely one of the more unique what-if stories in baseball history. What if he didn't get injured? What if he kept going and pitched well, This guy would have been really a something else. So there you go. Mark FIDRYCH from the 1977 Detroit Tigers, a solid movement and control guy in Perfect Team 23. All right, we have a couple of more cards for you tonight, and they are both from the pitcher's mound. And whoo, buddy, I think y'all are going to get a kick out of this next one right here, because there are going to be some big numbers on this guy right here. And when we talk about big numbers, we're talking mostly about Nolan Ryan from the 1981 Houston Astros. Look at the stuff and movement on this guy right here. 112 stuff and 112 movement with barely any splits to even see. 113 stuff against lefties, 110 against righties, 113 movement against lefties, and 111 movement against righties. But, it's a Nolan Ryan card. You look at the control. It's a miracle he finds the strike zone sometimes. 51 control against both lefties and righties, but holy moly. This guy right here is gonna strike out some fools. Walk some fools as well, but strike out some fools. Fastball, curveball, and circle change combo for Nolan Ryan. 96 stamina and 39 on the hold runners right now. Yeah, Nico's right. There is a Robin Ventura card in the tournament rewards. Just saying. But the 1981 season for Nolan Ryan, a very good one. Probably one of the better ones, all things considered, if you look closely enough. 1981, he went 11-5 with a 1.69 ERA, 8.5 strikeouts per nine, 4.1 walks per nine, and only allowed two home runs in the entire season. Mostly because he was wild most of the time, but you know what? Only 2 dingers? That was a lot better than he had in a lot of years. 6th career All-Star Game selection that year for Nolan Ryan. Finished 4th in Cy Young Award voting. Finished 16th in MVP, so he got a few votes here and there for that. 1.95 ERA plus that year. Adjusted for ballpark factors, adjusted for everything. 1.95 ERA plus, highest in his career. Some big big numbers there for Nolan Ryan from the 1981 Houston Astros. This should be a fun card for a lot of people to run in a variety of different ways right here. And he is in Perfect Team 23. Alrighty, here we go. Your final one, your final All-Star Game card that we will be revealing tonight. We stay on the pitcher's mound. And we go to a more modern guy on the mound. And one that was very good. When he was good, he was so dang good. And I, of course, am talking about 2011 Roy Halladay from the Philadelphia Phillies. 88 stuff, 94 movement, and 93 control. Pretty good against lefties, very good against righties as well. 88 stuff, 95 movement, 94 control against lefties. And against righties, 87 stuff, 93 movement, and 92 control. Fastball, curveball, changeup, sinker, splitter, cutter. He's got a lot of pitches here, folks. Whoo, Nelly. 99 stamina and 57 hold runners as well. Roy Halladay, 2011 season, that famed rotation for the Philadelphia Phillies that barely did much. 19-6 with a 2.35 ERA for the Phillies that year, with a 2.20 FIP, 8.5 strikeouts per 9, 1.3 walks per 9 as well. And this was the 8th and final All-Star Game selection of his career. 2nd in Cy Young that year, 9th in NL MVP, led the National League with a whopping 8 complete games. Very, very good card. And a guy that, you know, we lost way, way too soon. Roy Halladay from the 2011 Philadelphia Phillies. This guy's going to be very good for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. I think, you know, you can definitely play him in like some OTP era tournaments. You could actually maybe try throwing him in like maybe gold level, maybe a little bit of diamond level as well. He'd be very, very serviceable in a lot of leagues. But very good stuff here. Roy Halladay from the 2011 Philadelphia Phillies in Perfect Team 23. Alrighty, so now that we've seen a lot of these cards, you know what? Here's some more that we're going to have in packs tonight. Here's about 20 more of these. You got Larry Dierker, you got Greg Holland, you got Buddy Bell, you got Jeff Bagwell, Manny Ramirez, Spud Chandler. I saw some people in the chat earlier saying Kazuhiro Sasaki. They were looking for one. There he is, right there from the 01 Mariners. Got Josh Johnson from the 09 Florida Marlins. You got Matt Wieters from 2011 Baltimore. Man, remember when he was supposed to be good? Whoo, buddy. Don Newcomb from the 1949 Brooklyn Dodgers. I'm interested in seeing that card right there. That's going to be fun. Over in the silver ranks, you got Buddy Rosar from the 1948 Philadelphia Athletics. You got Ender Inciarte from the 2017 Atlanta Braves. You got Lou Finney from the Boston Red Sox. You got Catfish Hunter from, I believe it was the Kansas City Athletics in 1966. 66 overall, Augie Galland from the 1943 Brooklyn Dodgers. You got Frank Malzoni, got Jim Busby, and then you go to the iron levels. You got Jay Happ, Kosuke Fukudome, Ty Wigginton. And that's just only some of these guys. I mean, 20 plus the 15 I just showed off, that's 35. There's 30 more to seek out. So have fun seeking out some stuff. All right, so there you go. And before we go to the tournament standings, I think I have to let y'all know that yes, there will be missions tonight. Maybe not necessarily for these cards, but we will have some pack missions available for y'all tonight. So stay tuned. All right. Fun times up ahead. And I have just gotten word that cards are live. Cards are live right now. Go get them, folks. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's take a look at the tourney top 10s here before we sign off for the evening. Last week's tourney top 10, congratulations to Red Eclipse once again winning the daily traditional tournament standings with 237 points. Bluebird Silver finishing in second with 180 points. A lot of familiar names in a lot of these lists. DR Sox and the Balking Dead with 154 points. Warhawk 3, B. Clemens 6, Ace Rutherford, KJ 22, Slensner, Randall D, and Chris Wheeler 81, rounding out the top 10 from last week. And in the weekly traditional tournament, Glevin 37-37 in the Oakwood Wolverines taking first place with 119 points. BKN Mets fan and the Park Slope Bourbon Bros in second with 84 points. And I've heard now that missions are live. Missions are live as well. Bahoop finishing in third with 82 points. Then it's Ball 5, Jake P, Hondo Lane, Snailman, Aster, Blue Hen, and Mowiffin rounding out the top 10 in the weekly traditional. In the daily perfect draft tournament, Cedarites taking first place this week with 75 points. Diamond Fever and the Diamond Fevers in second with 69 points. Eric Ingram and the Hingham Grossman in third with 58. Then it's Buckeye, LA Doyers, Nilwill, Sweet Nicky C, Macho Man, Space Pope, and Mr. Audit rounding out the top 10 in that realm. And in the weekly perfect drafts from last week, Mr. Audit 2 finishing in first place with 51 points. Laertes finishing in second with 43, and Pirate Slib and the Slibsburg Pirates in third with 35 points. Mexameme, JB Holmes, Darkside Indy, Bredav, Popo Platch, NCIK1, and Baijin 98 rounding out the top 10. Alright, as for this week's standings so far, a lot of the same names here in the daily traditional tournament. Red Eclipse once again way out in front with 114 points. Frogert and the New York Highlanders in second place with 94 points. DR Sox in third with 70, with C. Steinhardt, Kurt Vansel, Isadafo, D. Horner, Slensner, Galoy, and KJ rounding out the top 10 as of this morning. In the weekly traditional tournaments, IML Owl in first place with 75 points, Aster 31 in second with 52, and Polycarp in third with 52. Skodik, Snailman, Adam Piet Day, Glevin, Q Sports, BKN Mets fan, and Scabro number 1 rounding out the top 10. And finally, in the perfect draft realm, Semi Mango and the Seaholm Pelicans so far in first place with 63 points. Hawkeye NBA in second with 39, and DR Sox in third with 37. Isadafo, Monter Don, Frankie 1980, Sports 9Y, Eric Belor, Teddy Grams, and D. Boyer rounding out the top 10 there. And in the weekly perfect draft tournaments right now, N. Charman in first place with 31 points. His Royal Live Corgis, love them Corgis. Botanist in second place with 28 points. Bucky Dent in third with 25. Then it's Warhawk, Defoe, Emda, Bredav, Stephen W. Davis, B. Hambles, and Darius A. 64 rounding out the top 10. So there you go. There's your content for the night. All-Stars galore. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. Enjoy the cards that you're going to be getting tonight. Next week, oh man, the next 2 weeks even. Next 2 weeks are going to have some really fun stuff. And, bonus, they involve missions. Some really good ones. Can't wait to show them off to you next week and the week after. Have a great night, everybody. Don't forget, tomorrow night I will not be doing the Friday Showdown. I'm going to go see Weird Al. So that'll be fun right there. So have a great night, everybody. DishNet34 signing out.